Alrighty, gamers, welcome back. It is another tier list day. Meant to be Friday. Gale's cringe. Now it's Sunday. Anyways, speaking of Gale, go ahead and say hey.
What's up, everybody?
So let's just go ahead and place like the easiest tier. So Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku, honestly, they're kind of like S plus, but we don't have an S plus. So just like have them as S plus in your mind. All right, just keep track of it, chat.
Those two and I guess Goku and Frieza. Let's put all three of the proper reps of Universe 7 leaders, like the main ones you'll be using. These three are gonna be your go-to reps of Universe 7 leaders. So I mean,
yes, because remember,
enough said.
Goku and Frieza do EZA in part 3 of the celebration.
Exactly. So yeah.
Now moving on to our mid-range S. So take these guys as like S plus, and now the bottom half of S we're just gonna have as like the S tier characters. So the UI Gokus, I mean, they're UI Gokus. They're kind of not much really needs to be said about them.
You could even argue, let's talk about Fizz UI. He could obviously, like S tier is good enough for him as well. Like as a free-to-play unit, fantastic option.
Yeah, like, support and stacking. Like he's just good in every bit of content. Long events, he's gonna build up his defense, not super fast, but enough. And in short content, he's a support unit. He's a absolute gamer. If
you were being extremely like, stingy about where you're placing units, then you could probably at minimum put him like mid to high A tier, but you can't go lower than that. He's still a phenomenal unit. If you don't have any of the other UIs, he's a great option. I mean, I'd hope you have Int UI, but if you don't have either or, he's a great free-to-play option for sure. And I mean,
also, this isn't left to right. Roshi's just S tier. We might do left to right at the end, but anyways, Roshi.
Yeah.
He's a gamer.
Don't need to say much about him. What a monster of a unit. Probably one of the best free-to-play units they've ever...
The best free-to-play unit.
I mean, according to our lovely people...
Revival.
I mean, according to our lovely people at 5'9", Josh and I don't know who else was with him in that video, but Josh or Jay Fanta.
Wait, doesn't Jay Fanta still prefer Frieza because he's weird?
I mean, never mind. It's Josh. We ignore him sometimes. But
Australians, dude, I tell ya.
They do everything upside down, so it's fine. But no, on a real, like Trocho just said, fantastic support, has a chance to dodge enemies' attack, sealed super attack, and has a chance to stun. My boy is a GOAT. And on top of that, he obviously has the latest and greatest mechanic, even though they haven't brought it back since the 60th anniversary in Revival. So what can we say? What a card. And we can't put him any lower than S, for sure.
Now we have one of the two brand new LRs. Now this 17 requires a team build completely around reps of Universe 7. He's completely dead on every other team, and he works well enough on the team. But if you don't have him rainbowed, I mean, you're gonna have better options. Like, you're probably more likely to have someone like AGL Blue Vegeta rainbowed, even like Kaioken Goku. I mean, he's a lot farther off from an EZA. Or Skinny Boo. I only say Vegeta because he's probably gonna EZA soon.
Yeah.
Like, there's more units on the team that would probably be more useful if you have a couple more dupes in them. Because they're just a lot easier to get than a random LR. He's good, but he's not the most impressive thing we have on the category.
Funnily enough, I think the one thing he needs the most is the man on the first row, second from the right, physical 17 ZZA. He needs that the most, because once he gets that, a lot of his links activate. But another thing he needs is something that Fizz, Blue, Goku, and Vegeta need, which we will come on to in just a second. And that's a rainbow key changer for this team. I'm still surprised we didn't get a single one in the celebration at all, and they kind of need that. Outside of that, again, because we're talking about reps of Universe 7, we're talking about it specifically reps of Universe 7, the team, not any other category, not joint forces, not them on Universe 7.
Yeah, and they're dead on any other team, though. Like, they're actually dead.
Exactly.
You're not running them on a different team.
Exactly. So they're going to be able to get their maximum potential out there anyways because of them being on reps of Universe 7. But obviously they need that little bit of support. But they still are fantastic in the sense they raise allies' defense on their super, so they're fantastic options in the first slot immediately to help support the rest of the rotation. But I'd still maintain they could be like high A to S tier. You could probably put them right in the middle.
They're kind of right here. Now, physical Frieza and 17, they're about the same. They can work on other teams, which they have that going for them. But
they're very in my opinion, I think I would probably place them a little bit lower, just purely because
Yeah,
of
they are lower.
yeah, because of the mere fact that they need a lot of build up. They need a lot of build up, and that kind of that already puts them to the potentially in the no use zone for Super Battle Road and stuff, right? And even in long events, it just takes so long because you need to get 10 turns with them to get that full build up, which is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, and because they're not stacking on super,
Exactly.
it's not like they raise def. Like we're rating the physical UI Goku high because he's a stacker, but he's a stacker in a different sense than this unit. So
And
it's like,
and he supports. We have to remember, and he supports.
Yeah.
What does Frieza and 17 do? A majority of it is to themselves. Like they have a chance to perform a critical hit and reduce damage by 7% within the same turn with each attack performed. But it's just like it's a chance. It's a chance. It's literally just a chance. And then on top of that, let's be honest. You look at their kid, and it's just like they take so much time and going. They do have a great chance to launch 2 additional attacks. To be fair to them, I give them that. But it's just like it's a chance, and it's like I don't want to necessarily rely on that chance.
Yes, but enough about those units. Let's get into some of the non-hours. We'll deal with these guys later, right?
Yeah,
and
good.
We'll deal with him later too. So let's Tien and Roshi. I'm gonna have them A tier. I think they could be S tier if they did stack attack and defense on their super attack or even just defense. They don't. So as a free-to-play unit, they can get not the highest defense, but they're still like a really, really good unit overall that I think is pretty easy to throw on this team because they're a Turtle School supporting it, I do believe, which again, I mean, you have Goku. So yeah, they're definitely going to work really well. Oh, sorry, they're Rep to Universe 7. Key something that's cut off for me. I think
Key plus 3 and attack and defense 40.
Oh.
That you're looking at probably you're looking at pre-easy probably, yeah.
So yeah, key 3, 40%. They got Turles built in.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're really good. But it's just free to play stats hold them back a tiny bit, but not enough to drop them, I'd say, to B tier.
No.
We'll deal with Monaka later as well, right? He's got to be dealt with later.
He's a gamer.
The other free to play unit. I think these guys are B tier. They can hit decently high attack stats, but that's about all they have going for them. They're not anything crazy. They are an orb changer, I believe, to int, which can be useful for Vegeta, but they also change, I believe, physical to int, so you're gonna harm the new LR as well as Roshi, which
it's kind of
I mean, it doesn't really hurt it too much changing it physical to int, but
frankly enough, the biggest issue that I have with them is that they're quite good in terms of their ability. They change Fizz key spheres to int key spheres. Would have preferred any type of sphere to any one type to int key sphere would have been nice, except int, of course. My biggest issue with them is that their passive skill already has this build up, right? And they have a build up in their super attack, but only for attack. If that was attack and defense, it greatly raises attack and defense, and then obviously their own passive build up, I think that would have been perfect. I think that's all they needed, and then they would have been a great unit. It's just them missing that one single thing, and of course, the key sphere part kind of puts them a lot lower than the rest. Probably, I mean, looking at all of this, probably the worst free-to-play unit we got this celebration.
Man, if they changed to rainbow key spheres, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, that would have automatically pushed them so
good. They would have been S tier.
Yeah, they would have been S tier because that's what this team needed, and it's sad that we didn't get it, unfortunately.
Now, I think Krillin and this Skinny Boo, they're pretty much the same unit. Skinny Boo just has a higher starting point, but he will lose half his passive, whereas Krillin needs an 18, which again, if this Krillin 18 were a gamer, then they could have been a perfect partner, which they kind of are, because I mean, you're not going to struggle to get a key with Krillin, or really this team in general, because you have Tournament of Power, but I kind of want to put them both A tier, just because they're both really good for pretty much any event, regardless if you have an 18 with Krillin or not. He's still going to be really good, but Skinny Boo, for the first, I believe, 7 turns, so Super Battle Road, any easy A's or really anything, he's going to be great for, except for long events. But that's why you have the entire rest of the team. How do you feel about them being A tier?
I completely agree. I'd probably push up Skinny Boo just a bit higher than Krillin, purely because I feel like you look at the team selection we have, right, and the units available in this category, right? 18s are severely lacking. If that Tech 18, for example, were to get an easy, I'd probably put Krillin and Skinny Boo at the same level, if not Krillin higher even, because you're probably going to want to run that 18 because of her orb-changing capabilities already, her existing abilities, and the fact she's a nuker, right? But as of right now, I'd probably put Skinny Boo over it, because even if it's 7 turns, Super Battle Road doesn't go for that long. You're going to be using him there anyways. He does a lot as well, stuns, dodges, whatever. I mean, Krillin does the same, but again, that full part of his passive is, of course, unconditional, obviously, until 7 turns end. So, yeah, I would probably just put Skinny Boo a bit higher than Krillin, purely based on that mere fact.
Now, we have this Goku, who I think is also a pretty easy A-tier unit. He has 10 turns of being really good. Even though the numbers may not, I believe it's like 59 and 59. So it's not like, it might not sound the craziest, but I have mine at 90%. And he's still getting like 120k defense, and he's still doing like 3. He's good. He's doing decent damage. He can take a hit, and he's lowering your health, which is actually not the worst on this team, because UI Goku is a pretty big gamer unit. So I think he's a pretty easy A tier.
Yeah.
Shares a lot of links with the team. Yeah, he's just solid unit all around.
I cannot disagree. The only issue is, of course, like you said, is this limitation of turns, as well as the argument of that, that additional 9th turn boost that he gets for 1 turn only. You don't see it, and if you see it, you're probably gonna go on to 10 turns or more, which is where he starts losing out a bit. But yeah, I still think he's solid. I think his links are really good as well overall, just for the the Gokus, Vegetas, and stuff as well. Generally, not really a problem, I think, putting him in A tier just purely based on that. The only issue, of course, like we said, is probably his passive being restricted, kind of.
Yeah. Now, have this Frieza, who is also probably 8 tier. High tier.
High tier, yeah.
I wouldn't put him S tier,
yeah,
but he's definitely up there.
I think the biggest thing with Frieza, I would kind of potentially also push him up to S as well. He's just so usable. Like, at least he doesn't face the same issue as his in counterpart, where he lowers your teammates' attack and defense, right? So that gives him a bit of an upper hand, I feel, as well.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and put him C tier for that alone.
Yeah.
That 4 Angel Golden Frieza is so gart. Dude, there's 2 units in the category that are extreme that he's not gonna be debuffing, so he can just kind of hang out.
No, I think I would consider pushing Angel Golden Frieza a bit higher, purely based on that. Maybe like similar to Physical 17 and Frieza. You have to remember, he's probably still a lot more usable than that 17 and Frieza that we just put on the physical one, right? Because he does a lot of things. Yes, he may not link extremely well, but he still has tournament of power and stuff like that, so that allows him to get the key anyways. But he also has that, your choice of like, transformation. When you want to transform, you can infinitely stack with him, you can steal, stun. He just has so much variety to him and playability with him. There's a reason why he's in our top 10 DFEs of this year so far, right? Or just generally so far. Obviously, we're gonna get Baby Vegeta soon. But he is, I think, still one of the better TURs in the game right now, and I think he deserves to be in at least, lowest tier.
Yeah. Now, we move on to Physical 17, who right now is A tier.
Yeah.
But after an easy A, I mean, he's just going to be S tier without a question.
I think there's a high chance he could be on S tier with those top guys as well, because of his passive supporting capabilities, his damage reduction. They might even remove his HP restriction for that damage reduction, which will make him a great unit, right? So I think there is a very high chance he could just shoot up to being with like AGL UI and SB and Goku and Frieza, just because he'll be such a usable unit for everybody.
Yeah. And now, going on to the less usable units, but still kind of usable, these two.
Alright. I think we have
do your tangent about normal banner units.
Listen. We 6th year anniversary, the banner units initially were kind of good. We thought they looked good, they were decent. I personally was advocating them quite a lot, especially Gohan and Piccolo. Me and Trocho had this back and forth on stream as well, will you use these guys over STR, SSB, Kaioken, and Goku? And I was like, definitely you'd use them. And nowadays, I just think you won't, because their support passive is extremely outdated compared to their more recent. I mean, it's outdated already compared to Master Roshi and Tien. They're giving 20% attack and defense versus Roshi's 40%, or Roshi and Tien's 40%. And then you look at the slew of banner units we've been getting since the 60th anniversary. Trunks, the Goten, the Krillin, the Goten and Trunks, the Goten and Gohan from GT. Like, they are such phenomenal units that these guys just look like they were from last year, not this year. And it's disappointing to see. I think they're definitely still low A tier, high B tier. They're still very usable, but I just don't think they hold that oomph that they should have, and especially compared to the banner units we've been getting since then.
Yeah, so how I have them right now, I think, is actually just how I'm going to leave them.
I mean, they're still good. Like I said, they're still good units. They have a, they have a chance to stun the enemy. They have a build up, especially Gohan and Piccolo. I know Gohan and Frieza are different, but Gohan and Piccolo are definitely better than Gohan and Frieza. But it's just like, even then, it's still like there could have been so much more. They could have been so much better.
Yeah, and now going on to let's just tackle this Piccolo right now.
Yeah, just dump them down to D tier, man. We don't want to see them.
These two are really not great.
They need
now the counterpart to him though. She can kind of go here.
I think, yeah, between B and C, you're still gonna get that orb changing, which is a fantastic for Tech Goku and Frieza, and just generally as well, the potential she'll have as well when she gets her easy, it's gonna be good.
Oh my god! After her easy A tier.
Oh,
but right now it's like I have her. I'll just actually leave her B tier.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I had to choose between running these two units, I'd still probably take the Tech 18 just because of the orb changing. And she's not bad. She is a mini nuker, and she's not bad because of what I think it's like 70% at start of turn, and then what, 20%? 12 and 7. Yeah, never mind.
They'll probably bump it up, I think, with her easier to like 20 and 15 probably, is my expectation.
I don't know why I thought 20, but
yeah, it's just because a lot of
not the worst.
Yeah, a lot of recent
she raises defense for 6 turns.
Yeah, I think she's fine. I think she's good. Yeah, and she raises defense for 30% for 6 turns. That's very similar to like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, for example. So, like I said, when she gets her easy A, she's gonna be a very, very nice unit to have.
Speaking of unit that's going to be pretty nice after Easy 8, this God Goku, who does not share turn into power, but he does have 80% attack and defense on Super, so if they give him 80% at start of turn and then on Super, that's it. That's all you need to do. Maybe give him Rainbow Orb changing for some reason. I don't know.
I mean, hey,
maybe like a key support passive, like Allies Key 2 attack and defense 20%, and then there's stuff he could do with them, but he's okay right now. He's not bad, but I think not really gonna run him.
I think they should kind of try and make him similar-esque to maybe the Tech God Goku, for example, right? The Rainbow Orb changing, and then of course, obviously the attack increase as well per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained as well would be kind of nice. But I think the main thing, if you can get that Tech God who's like randomly changes Key Spheres of a certain type to Rainbow Key Spheres, I think he'll be fantastic.
Yeah. And now, we move on to the big four that are going to be very controversial. Let's just start with the LR first. LR, Goku, and Vegeta. I think they're going to be about here. They're really close to being S tier. They just need a Rainbow Orb Changer, and they'll work fantastic. But not just any Rainbow Orb Changer. It needs to be a good unit on the team. Like, if they were to just easy the Golden Frieza, the one in C tier, and he just changed to orbs, and that's it. Not going to work. You need a good partner that also changes orbs. That's also a good unit.
Again, Goku as an example. Yeah, he may not share a complete amount of links. Obviously, one tournament of power and stuff like that. But even so, he'll share some of the links, and I think that'll be great for them. Like, I think if I were to, double check, they would share stuff like Warrior Gods, if I'm not mistaken. Warrior Gods, Godly Power, Kamehameha. No. AGL Goku doesn't use Kamehameha. My bad. But Fierce Battle, of course, stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, AGL Vegeta, I'm gonna put him 8 tier, kind of right behind 17. He's I want to say he's a little bit underrated nowadays. He's not bad, but he's definitely not anything too crazy. After Izzy though, oh man, he's gonna be very good.
Also, I'd like to correct myself that Goku does have Kamehameha, by the way, AGL Goku. I was confusing it with Esther Goku's super attack. My bad. So they will indeed share Kamehameha between each other.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, that's my bad. I just noticed it. I just went to double check, but yes. But yeah, speaking of SSBE Vegeta, yep, very much agree. I think especially once he gets that, a lot of the category leaders that we're talking about in this team, the OGs, we should say specifically Vegeta, 17 and Golden Frieza, especially after Intui's EZA, we can desperately tell that they also do need their EZAs when possible, because the thing is, the category leaders thing happened just as the anime was airing, so they were like, oh, let's release a bunch of these guys at the same time, and then we haven't gotten them since. So yeah, I think once he gets his EZA, he'll be a great unit. Generally as well, right now, he's good as well. He gets defense when he's untransformed, and then he gets the chance to crit a lot when he's transformed. But yeah, overall, decent unit, just needs a bit of more TLC, just like 17, I feel.
Now, Kaoken, Goku, no matter what we replace him, people are going to be upset, so I'm going to not replace him. And then Manaka, he can just go, there we go. And that is the official
put Goku over
5-9 tier list.
Yeah, put Goku, UI Goku over STR Goku, so that people know that we haven't chopped him down.
No, bro, but here, I'll lower everything. All right, there we go. Everything is nothing compared to Manaka.
Sounds good.
So, that is our official tier list. If you disagree, you are wrong. I refuse to elaborate on that. Gale, any final thoughts on the tier list?
I mean, let's be honest. After seeing the comments in the EZA tier list video or EZA top 10 video, people seem to blame you more than me, so I'm fine with it. Keep blaming
I don't get it. You're the one putting units in like the questionable spots, because you'll put a unit in a spot, and then I get attacked for it. I don't know why.
I guess
it's because I'm controlling it.
Yeah, I think it's because you're controlling it, and I speak too much for people to be like, yeah, no, this guy's chatting way too much, bro.
Yeah, you do that. This is a 23-minute video. Bro, half of what you said, I'm cutting. I'm sorry. I think you rambled too long about physical Frieza in 17, dude. It's gone.
Hey man, I had to
put
my...
We're done.